Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22 Career Mode, episode 46. Still at the Giro, still working on things, and we're getting into the later stages. Stage 15 now, and one of 5 stages the rest of the way that have some serious climbing points available. I've got 2 guys into a large breakaway of 22. Fisher Black is here, but Gonzalez is here as well, and some of the other contenders, non-spaters, the guys who are like 3rd, 4th. So a lot of guys after some KOM points today, and we've got 4 big climbs, 2 Cat 1s, 2 Cat 2s, the last of which is a finishing climb. Breakaway, not given a lot of ground today. Ineos and their leader Vingegaard is keeping things tight. So don't expect a breakaway victory today, which means we have 3 stages to focus in on. And actually the tempo has just now finally lifted, so let's go ahead and back off with Arietta, who's been working at the front. Really just first turn at the front as that gap has opened up enough. So 3.5 minutes now. Not too many guys in this group are contributing. A lot of guys sitting on hoping for the stage, as that gap did open up a little bit as Ineos sat up somewhat. 3.5 minutes is not going to be enough, though. And this was a hard-fought breakaway to both get into and to stay away. The good thing for Gonzalez was he was the first one out. It was that other 50 riders fighting to get those last 18 slots or so as we begin the climb. 10k to go on this one, and it's 5.5%, so it's a hefty climb. And Arietta putting some kilometers in here, make things difficult right off front. This is going to catch out a few guys, and Gonzalez, we will get him into the fray probably now, actually, following Arietta. There will be recovery if we have to use Arietta up on the first 2 climbs and leave Gonzalez on his own for the 3rd one, so be it. We do want to try to get maximum points over each. And Gonzalez is definitely looking fresh for that. 4.5k to go. It's time for Arietta to make his way forward and Gonzalez to follow suit. Let's slow things down now as we set ourselves up, and Gonzalez not following terribly well at the moment. Still actually way too far behind. 85, 86, Arietta in control. Gonzalez, find that gap. There you go. 3rd wheel, 4th wheel, getting towards the front. That's good. 1.7. Okay, Arietta going deep now. Already dropping riders. Arietta. Okay, 500 meters. Full gas for Gonzalez. Let's get Arietta to try to block these other guys off a little bit. Gonzalez will not go over the top first. Fisher Black, was he the one who... No, it was Schachman. Okay. Schachman up to 58 now. Fisher Black on 100. We've got a 74-point advantage. And now with 19, it'll get a little easier on the next climb to come. And Gonzalez still looking nice and fresh. He scored points there, not as much as I would have liked. Thought he was going to be a little better in that punchy moment, but Gonzalez only a +1 today. So well off his expected +3 expected race day condition, so -2 draw for him. And he's not tremendously punchy with a 76. But that 79, we're going to have to utilize that on especially the next climb. Back up to 20 riders as 1 guy off the back has bridged that gap. Gonzalez fully fresh heading into that next one. Arietta has recovered some, but won't recover a ton. And let's hope that others like Arietta are definitely feeling it. Cut down on the number of contenders. The main thing on that one was Fisher Black didn't go over the top first. Actually kind of curious what the placings really were. Let's take a look at that first one. Schachman, Schultz, Hull, Gonzalez. So he picked up just 4 points. However, None for Fisher Black. Back in the field, Coop. Get water. 101k to go. Good time to do that. And the route back there, other than Coop already starting to go into his maximum. And he's similar to where Arrieta and Gonzalez are. And they're in the break. Coop's just protecting somebody. 5.5 minutes back to the break now, so that effort on the previous climb did open the gap a little further, but you figure at some point here, and I would imagine during this category 1, the Peloton's probably going to speed up quite a bit. We'll need to make sure to check in on that, make sure there's enough effort in the riders to keep the distance over the chase. 10k to go in the upcoming climb. Little descent here first. Shorter climb, but a lot steeper, which means... Oh, Arrieta, what's going on? Sudden rise in effort there. Okay, base of the climb, 7k. 11% max with a 8% average gradient. Gonzalez, 6.5k. Let's follow. And Arrieta, effort up. 6k. Big time effort. This is going to hurt this group. There's a lot of climbers here, though. A lot of climbers. It's going to be hard to necessarily get first. The main thing is Fisher Black not getting first. And now Shockman. Shockman has moved up into 3rd place. Arrieta decently placed with 4k to go, and time to start increasing that effort. Pull this thing forward. Down to 14 in the group. 3.5k to go. Put the group under pressure. Let's maybe destroy red bar for virtually everybody in the group. 3k to go. Two and a half k to go. Still not splitting anybody else off. You can see just how deep everybody is going. I'm gonna go max if our red bar runs out. Max. Gonzalez ready to attack here. At some point you got these guys trying to attack, but you can see how difficult it is right now to overtake. Now Gonzalez is going to go, and he's got the blinking red bar. Health. Wow. Man, that endless amounts of energy that those guys have. No points for Gonzalez. No points for Fisher Black. Shackman does gain a few. That was really disappointing that we get literally nothing out of that, but that's that expert level endless amounts of energy there that you get. And those guys did not have to go deep, even though Arrieta with a 77 mountain and 81 hill, we were what, 90 or better through a lot of that, so that's about a 79. So that was a 79 level climbing on a 90 effort. That's a pretty hefty effort that was being given there, and yet only 2 riders were dropped, and 6-7 guys easily attacked full on at the end of that. And you know, Gonzalez with his 79, 76 was barely keeping up. Nature of the game sometimes. 67k to go. Let's go ahead and get water again. Speaking of, let's go ahead and get water again. We'll do for Mark this time instead of Coop, as Coop's pretty tired. And we'll get back to the front. Now, what is that gap out to? 9.5 minutes. We're looking at another stage. We're looking at another stage, and maybe this is where Gonzalez plays in. He's not getting the points now, just 4 so far, but what do we have? Lopez. Wow. This group is so strong. Martin's not so much. Got a couple guys that'll get dropped here. Trago is probably favorite to win the stage, leading the way right now. Certainly acting like he is. And a lot of guys suddenly willing to contribute. So Arrieta and Gonzalez are both going to sit on for now. We'll use Arrieta once we start climbing to protect Gonzalez. and then try to just hang on for a while. And then when the time comes, we'll go forward. Sprint point coming up. We've dropped to 4th in the points classification. I don't think I want to waste the effort on this one to go for those points. So never mind for Gonzalez. We've got a tough group today. We've dropped 10 out of 22, but now sitting with that 8.5 minute gap, it's looking likely that this group is going to win the stage.
The pack is beginning to cut the lead.
Wrong group. This group. Set it to an 82. Alright, Arietta, protect Gonzalez. Gonzalez 85. Back up to 15. 3 guys just caught up to us. This group sat up a bit. $8K to go. We got a flat sector. When we hit that flat sector, I think that's where I want to move forward at. You know, the great news is Fisher Black's not scoring anything, and he was really the only guy who was in reach. The bad thing is we're not scoring anything either. One rider has been dropped. Okay, this is the flat sector. This is where we want to move forward with Arietta. This group continues to go hard, and yet somehow not feeling it. Not feeling a thing, even though they've been riding at 80, 85, 90 effort on climbs. Surrounded by demigods. 3.5K to go, so it's already time to speed up for Arietta if we're going to contend this climb. 2.8. Just now starting to get into position with 2K to go. Arietta sprinting, no red bar, but Gonzalez can't sprint either. Gonzalez cannot sprint. So here comes some guys that can. Arietta, give me a 99. Okay, now he can. He can sprint a little bit here, but how much can he do? I mean, look at these guys. Look at them. We are so weak compared to these guys. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. This is nuts that we can't hardly keep up. We're at the back end of the group. Got a guy with a 79 mountain, guy with an 80 hills rating, and they can't do a damn thing. The other 10 guys all on Solace, 85. If you can't keep up, what's going on, buddy? Okay. Gap has been bridged. 85 effort, and he couldn't even hang on to the wheel. Both guys recovering. Coop was dropped. Let's switch off. 57 left. For Mark is protecting Bono, we need to protect Martinez. 27K to go. Gap is 8 minutes. Stage winner coming from this group. This is where our points are going to have to come from, as we've only managed to get 4 today. Yeah, these guys are crazy strong, so I don't know how we're going to finish much higher than about 8th or 10th. Arietta looking a little stronger than Gonzalez right now, too. At least Fisher Black's not here, will not score, but again, with out of nowhere, we suddenly have a new contender, and they're attacking.
brawl has just happened in the Peloton. Several riders are on the ground.
This is a long climb
15 kilometers remaining.
to just go. Shoot. And we got blocked too as these guys attack and leave the group behind. And these are not the 6 that I worry about as much. And our tempo. Just do our thing. Slowly pulling that gap back. There you go. And they immediately start to attack again. They don't like having us in the group. He's just hanging this group. Front 3 guys off to the races, but still got a chance at 4th. Gonzalez just is not on it today. Fortunato and Lopez on the go. 74 stamina really hurting today. You know, these guys with the expert level bonus and seemingly all on +5s are... Go ahead and go auto. Meanwhile, back here for Mark's gone. Put him on auto. Kron's just got dropped. And the Peloton has 8 riders and we have 3. Wow, okay. Bogley, protect. Martinez is now our highest placed guy. And Gel. But no Gel. And Arrieta's and Gonzalez, for that matter, are not that far away anymore. Five left. Shaw and Vingegaard. Let Vingegaard do the pulling for now. Bogley fading. And Bonneau. Bogley's been dropped. Bonneau's going to take over. Protecting Martinez. And there's Arrieta. Gonzalez just ahead as well. This is crazy. You can see all 3 from the, all 4 guys from here, really. And Gonzalez is done. Gonzalez is going to start fading. 3.5K to go on the climb. There's Arrieta. Hello and goodbye. Goes Bonneau and Arrieta for that matter. Both dropped. Ciccone has won the stage. That was one of the guys in the break. Martinez 2.4K. Gel. Gonzalez. Gel. Gonzalez is not going to get points, but let's see what Martinez can do. He is well placed. He is in the top 10. We've caught Gloag, who had attacked, and then Vingegaard slowly chases him down. And we can attack these guys here at 1K. Just gently attack. There is Gonzalez. Gonzalez.
And he spurts away from the group. He's going for victory.
I told you to attack. He didn't attack. Well, Martinez let me down on the lack of attack. Stage is not a top 10, but that's because the breakaway claimed it. And yeah, Gonzalez without a race day condition bonus was just not on the level of those other guys. Martinez takes 13th on the stage, finishes with the race leader, Vingegaard. Foss, who sits second, finishes 14th. Gloag, high up the standings. He's, I don't know, 4th or 5th. Moss came through. Moss is 3rd in the standings and took 6th. So a couple guys did attack that Peloton, and we just stuck with the overall race leader and hung with him. Could have left him behind there at the end, but my attack didn't result in an attack, and then we tried again, and I don't know, whatever. 13th for Martinez, 15th for Gonzalez, 17th for Bonneau. Arrieta gets 20th, Bogley gets 22nd, and Kronj gets 27th. It's a good result for the team as a whole, but KOM-wise, Gonzalez, almost blanked completely on the day with just 4 points. And I think our GC is going to look pretty good, though, for Martinez. Obviously, those top 3 guys, we didn't gain any time on them. But other contenders, guys lost some time there, for sure. Vingegaard still leads the race. Moss now just 12 seconds behind in second place. Almeida into the last podium spot ahead of Foss, who falls off from second place to fourth. Arnsman, Glog, Van Dienenbiel, Fortunato, Tabari, and Martinez is still 10th place, so he did not move up the order at all. He stays the same gap that he had from Vingegaard as he finishes with him. Stage winner, Ciccone, is up to 11th. Scialmos is 12th. Gonzalez and Bonneau are still far enough back to get into a breakaway, so that part's good. But in terms of that KOM, Gonzalez, just 4 points today. Awful on that part. But fortunately, the points also split. So you didn't see anything crazy from one individual. Schachmann, who had a decent amount of points already, only ended up getting that early climb. So at least we had that, right? Well, at least we had that small thing going for us. Also, race contenders. Vingegaard, just 42. Ciccone may be a contender now. He's at the edge. But, you're not looking at any threats. Fisher Black, not scoring points, not making up ground. Schachmann is probably a bigger threat at 62. Piccolo, he's just been in a ton of breakaways. He's been there with us many, many times. Hole does not look a threat. He just had, +5 on the day. Peter still sits on just 48, even though he was in that breakaway. So Schachmann is the only one to really watch out for right now, other than the fact that Fisher Black just has so many points. Early in this race, he was in form. He won the first regular stage 2, and that was Mount Etna. So he scored 40 points right then. Well, that stage definitely did not go according to plan. We still lead the team classification by 8.5 minutes, really showing how playing the breakaway game and how organized we've been, that we somehow are still on top. I'm going to take a big chance here. Too many stages, too many episodes have been committed to this race. At some point, I have to take a step back and let the quick sim do its thing. I'm choosing this stage today, stage 16, and we're going to try to get Gonzalez into the break to ride for KOM and points classification for that matter. And then we're going to try to ride for Martinez and Bonneau as leaders as they sit in 14th and 10th, with Gonzalez going for that King of the Mountains and those points, 4th and 1st. Here is the stage ahead of us. A bunch of 18-point Cat 2s and a single 40-point Cat 1. Fingers crossed that he at least scores a decent amount of points today, or at least those two key contenders don't suddenly gain 100 points on us and we find ourselves out of the jersey just like that. Kamna has won the stage ahead of Matthew Zana and Menke, so not a big breakaway stage. Bonneau, Martinez at 17 and 21 down. Fisher Black finished well in 11th. Vingegaard got 10th, so you got your front guys there. Not threats in the KOM on top at the finish line, but we'll see how that looks out. Gonzalez finished 25 seconds down in 31st. Did he go for any of those KOM points? Let's find out now. Bogley ended up our breakaway guy on the day, stealing points away from everybody else. Bouchard, not a threat. 70 points for him. Bogley gets 67. That's really good for us. Gonzalez picks up 6 points. Schachmann gets 2 closer. And Fisher Black 4 further back. I think that is an excellent result. Let's see where that puts Bouchard. 92 points now for him. So, okay, he's getting in there. He is half the distance behind us, as clearly he was a breakaway guy and Bogley was a breakaway guy. Bogley had a few points previously as well, so he sits on 79 now in 4th place. But the gap to Fisher Black and Shockman, that was the important one. It remains there. Bouchard is into the race now following that stage, but yeah, that could have gone far worse. Well, it technically could have gone better. It wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad result. Gonzalez clearly did not go in the break and just had an opportunity, like maybe the last climb of the day or something, to get after some points, and did. I'll take that. That's not bad for the quick sim. That is going to do it for the episode, though, as we push forward. We've just got, 3 left? 17, 18, 19? Or 17, 18, and 20, something like that. There's 3 more climbing stages to go. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.